What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Red One from Balanced Manifestation. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a topic of coping. Order is failing, coping, and thriving. The three fundamental places where men are in life nowadays, what you can do to get to the next level, break it, and achieve the higher purpose you were designed to be in this world. So, let's start off with the first basic one, failing. There's a lot of guys in this world that are failing in life. Now, would that be financially? Would that be mentally? Would that be spiritually? Or if that be with their physical body? There is a lot of problems that people have nowadays, and people are failing hard. Maybe you don't have a fucking job and you're broke as shit and you can't figure your stuff out, and that makes you a failure because as a man, you need to be able to provide for yourself. And if you have family, definitely be sure that you need to be able to provide for them. There is also your mental freedom. So let's say you make enough money, let's say, like you work a 9 to 5 job and it's good enough, you're making okay money, but you don't have the mental freedom to say whatever you want. You don't have the mental freedom to stand up for yourself if somebody plays you. You don't have the mental freedom to speak up and say your opinion for what matters and what doesn't matter. If you cannot do that, then you still haven't achieved mental freedom, and that is because you lack the higher purpose, and yet you're still failing in life and you haven't found that higher purpose yet. So in life, we do see a lot of men who are failing in life. Now, from going to failing to thriving is a pretty hard jump. So a lot of people, what they do is they go from failing to coping. What is coping, you might ask? Well, simply put, coping is when, let's say, first you were broke, you had no money at all, and you have a shitty ass mindset. You don't respect yourself, you can't even speak for yourself, you have the shitty ass mindset, and you have no personal self-worth. So what would coping would look like for this person is that you get a basic part-time job, let's say at Tim Hortons or No Frills, McDonald's, maybe for those Americans, right? You get that grocery store job part-time, you make a decent amount of money, and now that's enough to get you started. Everything pisses you off, so you really try not to make a big fuss. You don't talk to people, you stay within yourself. Maybe you stay within your bubble of people and you only connect and talk to those certain type of people that you connect with. You cannot really connect with people outside of the way you think yourself. So you're around this circle of people who are in this coping circle. You may also be in a situation where coping is like you mask it, you mask your presence. So you know you have shitty mindset and you're always thinking these negative thoughts, negative like self-hate thoughts, like over and over again, like, oh, why is this, why is that, I don't like this, I don't like that, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. Not taking enough action, a lot of thinking going on here. So what you do is, coping is like, instead of trying to fix your mental bandwidth by doing, let's say, meditation or cold showers, something like that, instead what you do is you just put on giant pair of headphones and listen to fucking blasting loud ass music. Why? Simply put, when there's giant loud headphones blasting music into your head, all you're listening to is the music, your mind will temporarily shut off for a second, because now you're in the process of coping. Even when you're making that 9 to 5 job, you're working that 9 to 5 job, you feel as if you are like fine, because now you can pay like a bill or two. Maybe you can buy your own groceries, maybe you can pay for a car, maybe you can even pay for a shitty bedroom apartment rent, and so you feel like it's good enough. But you're just kind of coping through life. You're just working at that cashier job, just checking through. There's no real motivation or real ambition behind what you're doing. And that becomes a problem for the men these days who are in the coping situation. And that's about, I would say, the 90% of our people in the world today. They're all in coping. They're in some sort of coping. They're either working a 9 to 5 job, they're working a simple part-time job, multiple part-time jobs. They don't have the mental freedom to just be themselves and speak for themselves with their own head. They might need like alcohol and other stuff to damage their brain so they can let loose and be themselves for a second. So those are the people that are in coping. Now, I do understand that the majority of the people in the world are in coping situation. So to call out a mass like that, it's pretty risky to say nonetheless. But the truth is, I don't care about that. What I care about is the higher purpose. I want people to go from coping to achieving the real happiness that they truly desire in their heart. I know at the end of the day, even the people who are coping, even the people who are failing in their hearts, they want the true happiness. They want to be happy. They just don't know how to go about it. They don't know what to do. And they just never really got that perspective what thriving looks like. So finally, I'm going to explain you the last way a man lives his life. And that is through thriving. Now, what does thriving look like? Well, thriving is not like working a 9 to 5 job where somebody else gives you a paycheck and you live under their fucking circumstances. Thriving is you working hard, you making your own rules, and you making your own decisions, and you paying for your own fucking bills. Let that sink in for a second. That might sound risky and scary to some of you, but I assure you, it's achievable. If you put your head in the game, if you put some effort, do a little bit of research, take a little bit of action, build that shit up, you can achieve higher level of thriving success. So now, let me give you an example of what thriving looks like. Usually people who are thriving will run their own business. They will run their own business because that gives them the freedom to make their own decisions for what they want to do. If you are really, really, really passionate about fashion and you don't want to work at a retail Forever 21 store to be run by some manager who gives you shitty orders and maybe you don't like 20% of the clothes, you run your own business. You make your own clothes, you market your own clothes, you sell your own clothes, you buy it, you produce it, you do everything. Everything's under your control because you're thriving. You don't let somebody else take control of your life. You control your life. So people who are thriving, simply put, what they are doing is they are going out and they're achieving what they want. Now you might say, Radwan, well, is this just about business? Is this just about money? What about the mental? How am I supposed to gain the mental? Is it me drinking a lot more alcohol? Is it me fucking smoking more weed? No. You know why? Because that will get you so far. And even when it gets you so far, ask yourself, be honest and ask yourself, has it really helped you the way you want it to be? Have you really achieved what you wanted to achieve? I can assure you, for the majority of you, it's probably a no. Maybe there's that one person out there who happens to drink and has a blast. God bless him. But I assure you, for the majority of you, that's not your story. So how do you fix that? Well, like I always said, and I will say this again and again, is that if you want to fix yourself, your mindset, it has to come from the eternal, from the internal. It cannot come from an external source. An external source has nothing to do with you because this is your body. Your soul is in your body. When you drink, it's the alcohol that gives you temporary happiness at the cost of giving you fucking headaches the next day. Smoke some fucking weed, it will give you temporary happiness at the expense of you can't even speak because you're so fucking slow. How? How do you get your head together? The way you do it is by fixing the internal. Now, the couple ways you can go about fixing the internal is by meditating. Taking cold fucking showers. It's hard, but when you get that mindset of, I don't give a shit if it's hard. I don't give a shit if it scares me. I don't care about the pain. I am the strongest being in this world. No cold fucking shower is gonna get me. And you take that cold shower and that cold shower doesn't get to your head. Watch how your life changes. Watch how you fucking talk better than the people who get drunk and you got more smooth talk. Why? Because you worked on your internal while the other motherfuckers are waiting for the external to do their job for them. If you want to be a man who wants to be great in his lifetime and wants higher purpose of success, make sure that you understand the fact that you have to fix the internal. And as soon as you fix the internal, even if you have a shit ton of problems, watch how easy it gets to solve just like that. With that being said, this is Balance Manifestation. Subscribe down below to watch more self-help, self-development videos like this. Comment down below if you want any help. I am always available and I want to help the men out there who need me. Give me a like if you like this video. Dislike it if you disapprove. Comment down below. We'll talk. I'm open-minded. If you can give me a different side of view, I'm willing to listen. That being said, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.